Well, things were about to get ugly. If Shrek and Fiona didn't kiss before midnight, they would be transformed back into ogre form. But what do you know? Those crazy kids decided to go for the ugly. Love can make you do some pretty strange things. If you don't like awkward kissing scenes, then turn your head.
No, that's more like it. You're beautiful.
And you are truly handsome, Shrek.
Oh no! Why? Why? Why?
I think my carriage is double parked.
You're not going anywhere, you incompetent little toad.
Ribbit!
Hey, Toots! You can't zap my father like that! I will never marry your son!
Looks like we got our happily ever after without your help.
Hi everyone, welcome to the final part of Let's Play Shrek 2, and here we are in the final battle scene, which is not so much a boss fight as much as like an enemy rush? I don't know, it's not a boss rush. What do you call a boss rush when it's just normal enemies and not a boss? Well, whatever it is, that's what this is, where you fight a bunch of fucking enemies. Took me several tries, so you're gonna notice some edits around here. It actually didn't take me that many tries to do it all together. I think it was like 3 times, but you have to do it from the beginning each time. So this is all of the gameplay you're seeing is my just successful attempts, but I had to re-edit in some of the cutscenes in between each section because I didn't, I was skipping. I recorded them all the way through the first time I played through them, but then the subsequent times I was skipping them, but I wanted to include them in the LP, so you get it. Editing. Anyway, yeah, not a whole bunch to talk about here. It's pretty straightforward. It's me fighting a bunch of enemies. It's not exactly my favorite thing to do ever in the game. I don't really think... Usually in the last parts of these LPs, I'll do some kind of, retrospective on the game, talking about the things that I did and didn't like about it, and I might do that a little bit, but I'm not really going to feel that obligated to do it because I kind of already did it. I devoted a lot of the last video to specifically talking about the game's gameplay flaws and glitches. So, yeah, instead I would like to take the time to talk about the Shrek movies, particularly the first and second one. The second one because this is based on it, and the first one because, as I have been gearing up for since the start of this LP, today is the 20th anniversary of the release of the first Shrek movie. It came out May 18th, 2001. Just a few weeks after being shown in competition at the Cannes Film Festival alongside such classics of comparable quality, Mulholland Drive, The Piano Teacher. But before I get into what I like about Shrek 2, I have to address a bit of today's discourse, because as appropriate given the day, Shrek is in the discourse online today, mostly because of a Guardian article by film critic Scott Tobias commemorating the 20th anniversary by telling us all how Shrek actually sucks. And I did read the article, which I kind of wish I hadn't done, because after reading it and thinking about it, I noticed that it was very much not meant to be any sort of good faith critique of the movie, but rather to just incite hate engagements, because the people who run The Guardian probably know that Shrek is a big meme and has a big presence and fandom online, especially among young people like meself, and will garner reaction if they publish something that says that it sucks. And garner my reaction they did, because I'm doing that currently. I think the article is dumb. I think its criticisms of the movie are very weak, and the tone of the article is very annoying and seems like it's just trying to be a killjoy for the sake of it, and is written by this dude who was like 35 years old when the first Shrek movie came out, and seems very angry about the fact that people like it today, which I think is a little bit pathetic. And this has brought out, of course, a lot of people defending Shrek, but also a bunch of people, smugly saying that they've always thought that Shrek is bad, and that if you're an adult and you think Shrek is good, then you're like a dumb baby, or you have bad taste, or whatever. And I cannot abide this slander, and I think most of my viewers will agree that thinking Shrek is like a bad movie is kind of a low IQ opinion. Part of the thing is that, at least for me, Shrek being quote-unquote bad, or like trashy and irreverent and kind of in poor taste, is a little bit the point and like the appeal of it. And I don't think a lot of people who like it would dispute those things about it. That it's kind of a relic of the early aughts, that it is, irreverent in kind of like an almost lame way, where it's just kind of like tweaking the nose of Disney, which is not very cool anymore, because now Disney constantly tweaks its own nose and winks its eyes at its audience constantly in all of its properties, which is annoying as fuck. And that comes down to, that gets to what a lot of the criticisms I hear of Shrek come down to, which is more a criticism of like animated films after Shrek than of Shrek itself. A lot of people just get mad at it for supposedly starting the trend of, every animated movie having 15 celebrity voices in it, and of, its kind of humor and everything, and I just think that's a little stupid to like blame it on the movie or to see it as a flaw with the movie. And again, those very qualities of the things that what these people say make it bad or trashy or in poor taste or whatever are precisely the qualities that a lot of the young people who like it appreciate about it, and it's part of the appeal for me. He also criticizes the animation in the article as being like not very good by today's standards, which I think is a pretty stupid criticism of a 20-year-old movie, and also not really entirely true, because I rewatched the first Shrek movie just a few days ago, and I and everyone that I was watching with, who are all, by no means all of us are not like big Shrek fans or anything, but all of us agreed that it holds up pretty well. I don't think it looks all that weird. From what I understand from talking with my friend Nate, who's considerably older than me, and is my mirror into the generation above me, other than my brother, apparently a lot of it came from the fact that, at the time Pixar had recently, sort of found out that using computer animation to try to make like realistic looking humans often looked awkward and bad, and so they went for decidedly more cartoony but still believable looking characters, whereas Shrek was seen with the human characters as being an attempt at something more like realism. And I guess I can understand how some people would think the movies look awkward or strange, but again, a lot of that is part of the appeal to me. I was talking during the Shrek live stream about how one of my favorite things about specifically the first two Shrek movies is this ineffable aura that the visuals have. I think it's a mixture of like the sort of medieval fantasy setting, the kind of uncanny, like leaning toward realistic character models, just everything taken together, the design, the production design, which in the first two movies, I think is very good. But yeah, I just thought that the article was incredibly tiresome and lame, and he just sounded like an old man, and he was the first thing, I knew that the article was going to be bullshit when his first complaint was about how it doesn't make any sense that Shrek can flush the toilet in his outhouse, that there's plumbing. Like, what's the point of having outdoor plumbing in an outhouse? And it's like, I cannot imagine, like, missing the point more, or, like, being more willfully, like, a stick in the mud about a movie. Like, you're watching a movie about a fucking ogre. You're watching a movie series where a donkey has sex with a dragon, and you're worried about, oh, well, you can flush in an outhouse. I cannot believe anything that I'm seeing now. And again, the animation, and then just, like, talking about the trend of animated movies that it inaugurated as if that's, like, all its fault or whatever, and just doing the worst thing that I think you can do as a critic, which is just, like, listing things that are in the movie or true about the movie, and then just saying, well, these are bad, just objectively, or like, I don't like this, or not even that you don't like it, that it's bad. Very more awkward kissing. This is one of the most awkward ending game cutscenes I've ever seen.
Well, Shrek and Fiona got their happily ever after all. Now put down the controller and go outside to play. We're done. Really. It's over. That is all, folks.
Yeah, and then you just get this weird book thing. I kind of like these credits, how they did little caricatures of everybody. It's kind of cute. But yeah, there you have it. That's Shrek 2. This is my first time beating it, so that's fun. But yeah, anyway, long story short. Oh yeah, he was also complaining about the poop jokes and the toilet humor, and it's like, fuck off. Get over yourself. You scold. There are plenty of movies that people like that guy think are good that have toilet humor. And I also don't like the people that dismiss Shrek and other movies because they're animated or because they're for children, like, I don't know. I don't like when people say that if you like a movie or take a movie seriously at all that is, like, ostensibly for kids or a family film, that you're, like, less serious or whatever. They're movies, they are works of art just like anything else. I don't see why. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not gonna analyze fucking Barney or whatever, but who cares? Fuck the haters. There's only Shrek lovers in this chat. I know that, so I don't need to worry about any of you guys being haters. But yeah, Shrek 2, the movie, is great. I actually like it more than the first Shrek. Improves upon the first film quite well. I just think it, like, first of all, it's just a genuinely very funny comedy film in its own right to me. I think a lot of the jokes really land. I especially love the Knights. The Cops parody is great. I think it just, like, extends and deepens the main cast in a lot of interesting ways from the comparatively more formulaic first film, and also introduces lots of great new characters. The animation has improved and I think holds up even better than the first film. The soundtrack is pretty good. I don't know, it's just a good fun time. It's a lot of the best things about Shrek, but just amplified and fine-tuned, and then just with a little Salt Bae, sprinkled on extra action on there, And I don't like 3. The only time I've ever seen Shrek the Third all the way through was at an orthodontist, and I don't remember enjoying it, and I've never seen 4, so maybe in this hallowed year of the ogre, I'll make the effort to see that. And then Shrek 5 has been slated for release for like 10 years, and I have no idea when that's supposed to come out or what it would be about. We talked about that a little bit on the stream as well, which the highlights video of that, by the way, should be going up the same day that this video does on my other channel. In the stream, we said that the 5th movie would be about him having an affair with Fiona. I also think that it would be nice to see him find self-actualization outside of the royal family, because one of the reasons that I'm kind of sour on even just the idea of the 4th film is because he, like, ultimately accepts the banal life that he hates. Also, yeah, I wanted to see how many of the... I wanted to see what, extras I could show off. The other ones are mini games, I'm pretty sure, so maybe I'll do those on stream or in a bonus video sometime if people want to see that. But I thought it might be funny to show the trailer for the Shark Tale video game that comes with this game, which I actually do remember watching this when I would rent this game. I also rented the Shark Tale game once. I was not very good at it. I remember really getting my ass kicked on these sections, the dancing sections. Just didn't find it very fun. Oscar looks terrifying there. That movie is weird and kind of bad, and the game is also that way. It also sucks that the end of this game doesn't have I Need a Hero from the movie, which is a great sequence of events. The Mongo section really doesn't do the movie version of it justice. But anyway, we're wrapping up here, so I hope you enjoyed the Shrek 2 Let's Play and all the other Shrek content that I have been and probably will continue to be putting out. I think I might do another stream related to it coming up soon. Also, check out Andrew Saris's review of Shrek on Letterboxd and Big Joel's video essay on Shrek. They're both very good takes on Shrek to counteract the haters. So anyway, thank you again for watching. I'll see you all for whatever the next thing I do is.